my fellow fighters, and the people of the world. So I didn't know that Mr. Pieter Kriel, I don't know if you guys know Mr. Pieter Kriel, the white man who has been going into different platforms, speaking in support of black people and speaking against the AfriForum and not taking the side of AfriForum, even though he's a white person or Afrikaner in that sense. But he defends black people, he defends, you know the guy, he has been all over the place now. I'm sure you know his face. I didn't know in 2024 elections, this man voted for the EFF. And according to him, he says he voted for the EFF because he read the EFF constitution and he understood it and he loved the constitution. But he says in 2026, he can't vote for the EFF because, you want to know because of what? It's very shocking, the reason he gives. But of course, there is the man explaining himself.
Because you have some of those ideologies, would you vote for Julius Malema?
I voted for him in 2024.
Why?
Because I did view his manifesto as being the most realistic for what I envisioned a more equal and equitable society. But I have to be very realistic with you. Would I vote for him in 2026? No, I wouldn't.
So what was the difference between then and 2026?
You know what? I think everything that he advocated for, I resonated with. But I think I was blind to the fact that when we look at what's happening within the EFF, it's very centralized.
Yeah, it's very tyrannical and very authoritarianism. Actually, totalitarianism.
Let me call it centralized. You'll call it authoritarian.
No, it is. He is.
Yeah.
I mean, why do we have to lie about this what it is?
Yeah.
And I've got nothing against him as an individual.
So that's the man explaining himself. He said he joined the EFF because of the beautiful constitution. But he also says he's not gonna vote for the EFF anymore because he realized the EFF is a central organization. But one question I have before we dive into this, how come if the EFF is a central organization and is not gonna vote for it because of its central organizational structures, how come he's claiming he read the constitution? Because the constitution of the EFF, everywhere it goes, it makes sure it reminds you this is a central democratic country. So which constitution did he read if now he's realizing the EFF is sent? That's one part I didn't understand. But shout out to him for voting for the EFF, but he must not lie and give us excuses that don't make sense. But to people who wonder what does authoritarianism mean, this is what it means. When we say a political party is authoritarian, it means the party itself is run in a top-down, undemocratic way, even if the wider country is democratic. Features of authoritarianism inside a political party: centralized power, a small group or just one leader controls the party. No internal democracy, ordinary members have little say in leadership, elections, or policy decisions. Dissent is punished. Dissent is punished. Members who question the leadership may be expelled, sidelined, or intimidated. Personality cult. Sometimes the leader's personality dominates. Loyalty to the leader becomes more important than the debate or ideas. So that's what authoritarianism means. So to people who are saying the EFF is authoritarianism, and to people who are saying the EFF is too central, I went and asked for you guys. I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm trying to be unbiased as much as I can. I went and asked, how is the EFF actually structured? So this is what I got. How the EFF is structured. The EFF is built around strong central leadership, especially its commander-in-chief, Julius Malema. It has a military style structure, central command team, war council, commissars. By design, this reflects discipline and centralized control. Decision-making power sits mostly with the top leadership. The top leadership is the top 6, is the CCT, is the War Council. Those are the top leadership. And in the CCT and the War Council, the people there are called commissars in the EFF, if you didn't know. So that's what I found. That's what I found. So I also went and asked, since the EFF is such central, and for many people they have a problem with that, why does the EFF still retain its membership? Why do people don't worry about that and still support the EFF? So when I asked that, what I found is this: why some don't see this as a problem. Supporters argue this discipline and centralism keeps the party focused and united. They believe it avoids internal chaos, which has weakened other parties like COPE or the UDM. I'll also add even the MK party, when they wanted to open for everyone to have opinions. Look, the MK party now, how it is. The EFF defends this as democratic centralism, a Leninist principle. Once the leadership decides, members must unite behind it. So I do not understand when Mr. Pieter Kriel says he's now not going to vote for the EFF because of the centralized democracy. And he also claims he read the constitution of the EFF. Then what did he read if he's now going to reject central? Like, what did he read? That means he didn't read. He must stop lying. Because in the constitution, they don't shy away from speaking about how the EFF is structured. Does it make sense, fighters? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So I also asked, is the EFF, because the podcaster, the interviewer in the podcast was the one who was alleging the EFF is the one that is authoritarian. So I went and asked, is it purely true that the EFF is authoritarian? This is what I found. Not exactly. The EFF does hold national conferences where delegates elect top leadership. So there is internal voting. Members have platforms to debate ideas, but final authority lies with the commander-in-chief and the central command team. Okay, that's what I found. So to the people who still don't understand what centralism means, I went also and asked, what does centralism in a political party mean? And I got the answers. This is what I found. What is centralism? Centralism is a way of organizing power where decision-making authority is concentrated in a central body or leadership instead of being spread out, decentralized to local branches, provinces, or individual matters or individual members. It means top leadership make the key decisions, then everyone else implements them. Lower levels have little independence. They follow the central plan. Policies, strategy, and discipline are set by the center. So that's what a central organization means. So yeah, that's the reason why Mr. Pieter Kriel is no more going to be voting for the EFF, because the EFF, there's order, there's discipline. Not just anyone can come with ideas and just implement them. There's leadership, there's structures. You don't just enza omatanda in the EFF. So I think he doesn't like that. In the EFF, you don't just enza omatanda. But yeah, guys, that's what I got for you today. I hope you love it. But it is what it is. Thank you very much. Danko.